Dear students, in this session we are going to study about industrial sickness, which is a very particular phenomenon relating the industrial sector of an economy. So the strength of the industrial sector actually determines how sound an economy is, whether it is developing economy or developed economy. So in any economy, the strength of the industrial sector is very important, and that determines how strong the whole total economy is. So considering a developing economy like India, a developing economy cannot afford this growing sickness in industries because it results in a large scale wastage of number of resources, physical resources, financial resources, human resources. So there will be a very large sort of wastage of all these resources if these developing economies are seriously affected with industrial sickness. So industrial sickness, what it actually means is that it is a situation when an industrial firm performs poorly, incur losses, and also show default in its debt repayment obligations. So when an industry is showing a very poor performance, that can lead to industrial sickness situation. So when industries performs poorly, automatically it can lead to loss making situations for several years, and this loss making situation can lead to chances that there will be chances of default in its debt repayment obligations. So that will affect the whole industrial sector of the economy. So those industries which have these problems, poor performance, loss making, as well as debt repayment default, all these will lead to industrial sickness, or that particular industry will be considered as a sick unit. So before the enactment of Sick Industrial Companies Act 1985, there were no particular agreement showing the criteria, what criteria to be used to describe an industry as a sick unit or not. So how these industries are considered or classified as sick unit or not. There was no agreement was there before the or still the enactment of this SICA Act. And according to this act, Sick Industrial Companies Act, and as per the changes or amendment that has happened in 1992, an industrial company can be declared as sick which has at the end of any financial year accumulated losses equal to or exceeding its entire net worth. So those industries who are in a loss making situation at the end of any financial year, means the loss, if the loss is equal to or greater than the entire net worth of that particular industry, so that industry will be considered as a sick unit according to Sick Industrial Companies Act. So here we can note that this SICA applies to registered companies which have been in existence for at least 5 years. So that is also another condition. So those companies which have been in existence for at least 5 years, and those companies which are registered, only this SICA is applied in such industries. So the symptoms of sickness of an industrial unit, it shows itself an unbalanced financial structure of the economy, loss of more than 50% of the net worth, absence of the generation of internal surplus, underutilization of capacity, survival of unit upon frequent infusion of funds. So there are a lot of problems with respect to a sick unit, a sick industry. So in all respect, it will be going to a loss making situation. So all these are the major symptoms which shows a particular industry is sick or not. So a very disturbing feature of the industrial situation is the mounting incidence of industrial sickness. So this industrial sickness is a very serious problem with respect to any industrial situation. So this is a matter which have to be considered very seriously, especially by the shareholders, creditors, all these people, the society as a whole will be deeply affected as part of this industrial sickness. So this industrial sickness, we can observe this phenomenon in both large scale sector as well as in small scale industries. So there is no difference between these large scale units or small scale units. So this industrial sickness can be observed in all these type of industries, whether it is large scale or small scale. We can observe this industrial sickness. And this growing incidence of sickness, this is one of the major problem faced by the industrial sector in India, and a large amount of banking funds are locked up in these sick industrial units. So because these sick units, they took many loans as part of their functioning, but what happened is these industries, due to the loss making situation, they were not able to pay back the amount of loan that they took, and as a result, a substantial amount of banking funds are also locked up in these sick industrial units. So looking upon the nature and causes of industrial sickness, we know that competition breeds efficiency. Competition is very good. We know that if there is competition, there will be more efficiency in production, in performance and all, but it also has some adverse effect. So this competition can also affect the weak industrial units in a very negative way. So as part of competition, these weak or small industrial units, there is a chance that these small units can become industrially sick or become loss-making units. So since 1918 to 83, towards the liberalization of industrial licensing policies, foreign collaboration approval, concept of minimum size plants, all these are welcome from consumers' point of view. But the weaker units have to pay the price. So whatever changes, whatever transformations that have been happening in the Indian economy, that is always welcomed by the consumers, but the weaker industrial units, the small scale industries, the small units, those were the section who were deeply affected. They have to pay a high price for sustaining in the economy as part of the changes or transformations that have been happening in the economy. So the inevitable cost of achieving this competitive efficiency is that weak must be allowed to fade, but the country cannot allow this to happen. So the only option for this weak industries is to just go out of the market, but that is not at all justifiable in a country, in any country. So a country cannot accept or cannot allow this to happen. That is, country cannot allow the all weak units, let them fade away. So the Sick Industrial Companies Act was enacted to help and revive the sick units. So based on this Sick Industrial Companies Act, it became easy to identify the sick units and help them to come back. And the act provided for setting up a quasi-judicial body designated as the Board of Industrial Financial Reconstruction. So with the help of this act, a board for industrial and financial reconstruction was brought up to deal effectively with the problem of sick units in order to help and bring up the sick units. RBI has issued guidelines to banks in order to strengthen the monitoring system and to arrest the industrial sickness at its initial stage itself. So RBI asked the banks, those banks who are giving loans to these industries, the banks are asked to keep an eye on these industries, keep a continuous monitoring system, and if they found any problem, address it at its initial stage itself. So that the industrial sickness can be lowered or it can be prevented if banks also monitor it and identified it at the initial stage itself. So basically this industrial sickness can be classified into two categories. One is genuine sickness. Second is incipient sickness. So genuine means it is beyond the control of the promoters, despite even though they work sincerely, some sort of loss making situations can happen. Second is incipient sickness, that is due to the basic non-viability of the project. So that is something that occurs as a result of the problems with respect to that particular project. So non-viable project can lead to incipient sickness. Then third category is induced sickness, which is due to managerial incompetencies. So induced means actually we are causing that sickness due to ineffective management, incompetent management, and wrong policies for some genuine stake. If the management or the company is following wrong policies, all this can lead to induced sickness. So this induced sickness is a man-made sickness in which some unscrupulous promoters, they want to make some wrong activities, they want to carry out some fraudulent practices, and as a result of that the industries can become loss making units, and it can lead to industrial sickness in the coming future. And there are different factors that causes the sickness. There are both internal factors as well as external factors. External factors includes government policies like pricing policy, duty, taxes, interest rate, profit tax, fall in demand, then fall in the export market, labor cost, high labor cost, inadequate input availability, lack of infrastructure. All these are external factors. So these external factors are beyond the control of this management or the industries. And there are some internal factors like wrong planning in relation to location, technology, capital loss, technological obsolescence, then management deficiencies, industrial unrest. All these are internal factors that is arising within that particular industrial unit. So that have to be solved by the management itself within the industry, within that particular industry itself. So let us just look upon what are the different external and internal factors. So first, external factors. One is general recessionary trend. So a general depression or recession will surely hit the industrial unit, because it will this recession or depression will decrease the demand for industrial products, and the slowdown in economic activities affect the performance of individual projects or industries, and improper demand for the products leads to loss making with respect to many industries. So a general recession or depression situation will lead to industrial sickness, poor performance of industries. Then high prices of inputs. So the inputs or raw materials are very important for any industry. So when the cost of manufacture increases and sales realization low, the industrial unit cannot stand in the market. Cost is high, prices are high for the inputs. So the industrial unit may not be able to afford this situation. When the prices of input like fuel price increases or petroleum price increases during energy crisis situation, all this leads to very high or alarming increase in the price of inputs, and that affects the industries, because that will the cost will be more than the return that they are getting. So that will lead to loss making situation. Non-availability of raw materials. If the raw materials are not at all available regularly, then the industrial units will be in trouble. That affect their supply of import, that affect their total supply, and usually this problem occurs in case of supply of imported raw materials. So that may not be available in all period. So that non-availability also affects the industry's performance. Change in government policies. So there are different government policies, and due to many reasons timely changes happens in the government policies, and these frequent changes affect the long-term production, financial planning, marketing planning of the industrial units. So government policies like policies regarding import, industrial licensing policy, taxation, all these will affect the industrial units, and it can make them sick. So liberal import policy, an example, liberal import policy means import was actually favored by the nation, and that affect the small scale industries within the country. So such type of policies will affect the industries. Then infrastructure bottlenecks, infrastructure deficiencies or infrastructure difficulty will lead to industrial sickness. So infrastructural requirements is very important for any industries to perform well. So transport facilities, communication facilities, power facilities, all these are very important. So if there is bottlenecks with respect to infrastructural availability, that will affect the industrial sector. So these are some of the external factors that leads to industrial sickness, and the internal factors include project appraisal deficiencies. So when the industries or the units has been launched without a proper appraisal, comprehensive appraisal of economic, financial and technical viabilities of the project, that may lead to a failure in the project. So the end result will be a loss-making unit. So whenever a unit has been launching, all the economic, financial, technical viabilities should be properly checked by the authorities, by the management, and only then the final result will be a successful one, or the final project will be successful. Otherwise, it will lead to industry sick units or loss-making units. Then industrial unrest and lack of employee motivation. So this labor discontent, unsatisfactory labor performance, all this leads to poor performance of the industrial sector. So no industrial unit can function properly and effectively without a good labor management relation. So if there is labor unrest, if there is industrial unrest, that will surely affect the production level of that particular industry. So when laborers lack motivation, when laborers lack a labor-friendly environment in their workplace, that will surely affect the productivity and viability of this industrial sector, and that can lead to poor performance and industrial sickness situation. Then wrong choice of technology. So technology is very important with respect to the performance of any industries, and if the if the promoters use wrong technology, that will lead to an unsatisfactory result, and that will not lead to a profitable outcome. So many industrial units, especially small scale units, they are not at all choosing or selecting the appropriate technology or correct machinery and plant in their functioning. And if this machinery or plant are installed wrongly or defective, seems to be defective or unsuitable, that will lead to ultimately loss making situation, and these industries will become non-viable. Then marketing problem. Industrial unit can also become sick due to product obsolescence and market saturation. So when the product mix is not attuned to the consumer's demand, so what consumers needs and what these producers are providing, that should be in correlation with each other. So if the industries are not able to meet what the consumers are expecting, then that will lead to loss making situation and industries will become sick. So marketing should be very intelligent. So marketing should be done very with extreme care. So the producers or the industrial unit should be very well aware about the market situation, and they have to identify the demand of the consumers, the need of the economy, the need of the market, and should function or make production or bring output accordingly. Then wrong location is another internal factor. So if the location of the industry is not proper, if it found to be defective either from the point of market or the supply of input, that leads to difficulties and losses with respect to market industry. So with regard to setting up of industries, it is very important to choose the correct location where they can get enough demand for their product, and also where they get enough supply of raw materials and inputs for their production. Then lack of finance is another problem. Sufficient financial availability is very important for the functioning of any industry. So inadequate financial arrangement or absence of timely financial support will affect the industrial unit to a great extent. So the operational losses cannot be withstand if they are having no proper financial backup. So it is very important that for any industry to remain stable, financial soundness should be there. So that is very important. Improper capital structure is another internal factor. So the unsound or unsuitable capital, especially on account of delayed construction or operation, that leads to higher cost than the borrowing or higher cost than the return. So altogether it leads to a loss-making situation. Financial trouble will be the final result if the capital structure is not that proper. Then management deficiencies is another internal problem. So that managerial inefficiency is considered as the major cause of industrial sickness. So a professional management, experienced and efficient management is a very important factor with respect to the successful functioning of any industry. So inefficient management leads to failure or leads to improper or inability to perceive things in proper perspective. So if the management is functioning very efficiently, that leads to a better functioning of the whole industrial units. So inefficient management means it is not able to build up a good team. So there is no inspiration or motivation among the workers, and it should inspire confidence for an organized collective effort. So if the management is not efficient, obviously the workers, the laborers, the production, productivity, everything will be affected. So management deficiencies will surely lead to loss-making situation. And voluntary sickness. So there is some sickness which is voluntary in nature. That is, the entrepreneurs are voluntarily they are inviting sickness. This is for various reasons. There are different motives behind this, like getting government concession or aid from financial institutions. Like if they are thinking that they will get more support from the government if their industry is considered in an industrial sick unit category, then sometimes the entrepreneurs, the management will voluntarily make some changes or make some activities that lead this industry to sick unit category. So the industrial sickness cannot be attributed to any single or simple cause. It is a result of a number of causes. A combination of causes will lead to industrial sickness. So some of the suggestions for rehabilitation of sick units. It is very important that for an economy to sustain, for an economy to stand strong, it is very important that industrial base should be strong. So some of the suggestions for bringing up these sick units: cooperation between term lending institutions and commercial banks. So the financial resources are the term lending institutions or commercial banks. So commercial banks provide working capital. They are in a position to know about the working of industrial concern. So there should be a cooperation between commercial bank as well as the institutions. So a term lending institution should provide enough assistance, and they should work together with commercial banks in order to make a proper monitoring of these industrial units. Coordination between various government agencies, regulatory agencies, promotional agencies, all the government agencies should join together to bring up the industrial sick units. Then marketing, a well-organized and scientific marketing system should be promoted. Otherwise, launching of a project will be a leap in the dark. So, good marketing arrangement is a very important thing, and if proper attention is given to marketing arrangements, that will lead to or that will bring up the industrial units from going to a sick situation. Then modernization of machinery, better machinery, modern technology, modern machinery will help the sick units to come up and reduce the loss-making situation and become profitable producers. So the outdated or obsolete machinery should be discarded at the earliest. Then improve labor relationship with the management is very important. So improve the condition, improve the motivation, inspire the laborers, and that will surely reflect in the production and productivity level of these laborers. So restrictive labor and unreasonable trade unions seems to be great barriers for the well functioning of any industry. So improving labor relations is a very important factor. Efficient management, that is very important. Management should be efficient. Inefficient management should be replaced. Proper management and efficient team should be made in order to bring the industrial sector, industrial sick units to a revival phase. So the management should show a calm approach, patience, perseverance, courage and ability to steer in bad weather. The management should be able to motivate and give enough confidence to the laborers working there. Then performance incentives. Incentives is always a greater attraction to the laborers. So offering performance incentives to the workers will make them to work more productively and make them to take all efforts they have, or put the best efforts they can in their work, and that will surely increase the productivity and bring up the sick units. Sympathetic government attitudes. So when any industry is going to a sick situation, government agencies should adopt a sympathetic and understanding attitude. Government agencies should stand as a helping hand so that the problem is not aggravated, but a better solution can be found out with the help of government attitude. So these are some of the suggestions, and all these suggestions can be taken up in order to bring up the industrial sick units and reduce the number of sick units in an economy, especially in a developing economy like India. So it is very important, very necessary to organize a task force consisting of competent and experienced executives in various branches of business to go into the case and monitor recovery. So rehabilitation is not an easy process, but a sincere effort and all-round effort is very necessary at the root level in order to bring up the industrial sick units, in order to reduce the problem of industrial failures and industrial sickness. And also equally important is reconstitution of management. When the management is inefficient, the total industrial unit will be inefficient, and that will move to sick unit. So proper and better and efficient management should be made. So in order to meet the situation, an early warning system also should be provided, and that will help the industries to prevent themselves from going into the sick situation. So it is natural that the units which cannot keep pace with the ongoing technological change will become sick. So they should be allowed to wind up. Otherwise, if there is any chance to make them stay and make them come up without making much loss, then those units should be provided with sufficient support and aid in order to help them from, or in order to prevent themselves from going into a sick units. So this is all about industrial sickness. This is a very important area to be considered while we are dealing with the industrial sector of an economy, particularly industrial sector of a developing economy like India. Thank you.